Port of Antwerp provides Flanders with a fast gateway to the rest of Europe. Its location in the heart of Europe is such that large numbers of European consumers can be reached quickly and efficiently. Located well inland, the port serves the hinterland by a means of a dense motorway and railway network, and fully navigable waterways. The lock is 500 meters long and 68 meters wide, and will contain 22,000 tons of construction steel and 795,000 cubic meters of reinforced concrete. Approximately 500 people are at work at the site every day. To provide ships with easier access to the Port of Antwerp, it has proved necessary to build a new lock, the Deurgang Dock Lock, at the left bank of the port. The Flemish government is also planning further port-related developments on a 1,000-hectare plot there. Better access to this part of the Port of Antwerp will do much to improve multimodal and sustainable freight transport, from which not only the Port of Antwerp and Flanders stand to benefit, but also Europe in general. Building work on what will be the largest lock in the world started in the autumn of 2011. The new lock will come into operation in 2016 and carry a price tag of approximately 382 million euros. First of all, a cement betonite wall will be installed around the excavated pit to act as a water break. That screen will make it possible to construct the lock on dry land without it affecting the groundwater level of the surrounding land. With the aid of drainage pumps, the groundwater level will be lowered to below the excavation level. Heavy drag lines and an army of dump trucks will be deployed to dig out the enormous pit. Most of the excavated earth will be used as fill. Once the pit has been excavated to the right depth, steel sheet piles will be sunk to help stabilize the chamber walls. The concrete chamber walls will be constructed in several stages and in such a way that the formwork panels can be used again and again. The cross walls, the gate recesses with the gate sills, and the bridge pits will be built in a similar way. The lock will also be provided with a cable tunnel and cable ducts, which run immediately under the lock. The lock will be lined with concrete tiles to ensure the bottom is stable, to keep silting in the lock to a minimum, and to facilitate the lock's maintenance. A special silt collecting system will be installed to carry silt flowing through the lock towards the Waasland Canal, back to the Kieldrecht dock. The quays, known as the Deense of the lock's access channel, will be built in the last phase of construction. This will involve sinking steel pile planking, making concrete piles, and casting a relieving floor and capping piece. Once the quay walls are complete, the space behind the quay wall will be filled up with sand. The lock will then be flooded by dredging the existing dikes adjacent to the lock. The enormous lock gates will be provided with ballast tanks so that they can be positioned while floating, and then, once in position, sunk. Heavy hydraulic cylinders and pumps, and systems such as cables and motor drive will be installed to open and close them. The final stage will also entail laying the definitive roads and railways, and constructing the various buildings, the lock plateau, the signalling and lighting. The new lock will have short culverts fitted with wagon valves to bring the water in the lock chamber to the same level as the Waasland Canal and the Kieldrecht dock when the lock is in use. When the water levels are the same, the gate will be able to slide open. Construction of this ingenious lock will be fully completed in 2016. Improved access will mean that even the largest container ships will be able to call at the left bank of the River Scheldt, thereby making Antwerp, for many shippers, the first port of choice.